It sound good. Like you just talking there regularly. Just tell me if it
Hey,
sound.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You can hear so.
Yeah.
All right. All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the City Kids Podcast. Today I got a very special guest with me today. Somebody who's they really be about their business. I'm gonna let her go ahead and introduce herself.
Thank you for the great introduction. Hey guys, my name is Ashley Gote. I am CEO and founder of both Shehutlr and Maniza. Both are two companies that I built. I want to say about 2 years ago is when I thought it out before I executed. And both companies are really to empower and inspire women to be the best version of themselves, confidently in business and just everyday life.
All right, so I want to get into She Hustler first, like, cause I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't. A lot of people aren't into digital business, and like when I seen you doing it, I was like, you actually made me like. I was researching, like I've never heard of digital business. So like, what made you get into digital business?
So, it really started on just scrolling through Instagram. Like, I'm like, what is this thing that the girlies are talking about? Like digital products? Like, what is that? So that made me, and this was last year. So that really just kind of inspired me to learn more about digital products. And then I want to say around like October, I launched my very first digital product, and it was to teach women or teach college students actually how to make $1,000 a week because I was already doing that with my other business ventures. So like I wanted to teach, college students how they can make money too.
All right, so how did you get to that point though? Like, cause starting off a business in college, that's not one of the easiest things. How did you get to that point to like, all right, this is what you want to do. You want to help the people that's in college, or even just not even that. What was like? How did you make the book? Like, how did you go about making the ebook and making it online?
Yeah, so that's actually the simplest process because when you're very knowledgeable, right, about certain things, like it's easy to talk to other people about how they can do the same thing, right? So at that time, I was already making money on campus, so I didn't feel like it was something hard to do, but I knew for other people it was hard. So when it came to learning how to actually create digital products, took a simple YouTube search and I learned Canva, which actually with one of my very first businesses, I learned Canva. So graphic designing was like super easy to me. And then, so yeah, Canva is one thing that you got to use or learn how to use in order to create digital products like ebooks, flyers, and so on. And then just being able to articulate my business model and how other people can do that. Like it just took, jotting things down.
Okay, Canva, it's free or how much is it?
Canva is a free platform to use, but a lot of the good stuff is gatekeep. So it's like $15 a month.
Okay, oh, yeah, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it's
Just
not.
15. Just 15. All right. So, what products? Like, if somebody wanted to get into the digital business, what products would you recommend? Like starting off.
Starting off, I would highly recommend like planners, ebooks, and guides. If you want to create yourself. So there's two ways you can go about selling and producing digital products. You can either find a vendor who will make the digital product for you, and then all you have to do is purchase it from them and then go on to sell it once you have the resale rights to sell it. Or you can create your own digital products, which would take you going to Canva, spicing things up and I would highly recommend like the ebook template. So the really cool thing about Canva is you can just search up what you want. Like if you want to do a thumbnail for YouTube, just search it up on Canva, and they will pull up templates for you to literally just plug and play.
Dang. Dang.
Yeah.
Talking about like you already making money on campus and with your drinks, with your tipsy bar, with your tipsy drinks business. What made you like want to start that? Because I feel like doing that's something that's very needed on college campus, especially at HBCU. Because like the juice, well, I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk about what you sell first. But like the little juice packets, like everybody loves those.
Yeah. So what got me started was, I want to say back in 22. So Tipsy Drinks 22, if you don't already know, it's Tipsy Drinks 22. I started back in 2022, and at that time I was braiding hair, and one of my clients, she came to me and told me about how she spent like a weekend with one of her friends, and she was selling pouches like in a very big event. So I'm like, wow, like I could really do that, and I'm good. Like it's cool. You could just search up a recipe online. So it was like super simple to me. Like I've always had a business mindset. So like I'm seeing this opportunity. I'm like, shoot, I'm already in college. Might as well just try it. So the very first day that I dropped drinks was October 31st of 2022. So people was already outside trying to get lit, trying to get drunk.
Yep.
So,
And that was, well, I think that was like when our campus had just opened back up from COVID.
but at that point, I didn't even attend Winston. Like I was in a community college, but I'll be going to like NCAT, and I would be in Greensboro at the time with my friends. And so I started off with like gallon pitchers and selling them by the cup, like $3 a cup, $5 a cup. And that's when the birth of Tipsy Drinks began.
Dang. So yeah. So what made you want to go to the pouches? Like what changed? It was like, all right, I'm gonna stop doing these little $5 cups and let me start going to the pouches.
Yeah, so it went from the cups to I was doing like a weird shaped bottle just to distinguish myself. And from the bottles, it was rebranding. I rebranded the business, and I'm like, pouches is what is most recognizable. So once anybody see a pouch, they're like, okay, they already know it's alcohol in there. So it's like, it kind of sells itself. And then when it's like clear, you can see the color, like you see what you're sipping on. So.
All right, so let's just get into one more thing about the digital business that I want to get into your clothing brand. You actually got one of the pieces on. So what tips or like, do you need anything to start your digital business? Like is there anything in particular like you need, like a person would need to start the digital business?
So with digital products, not necessarily, but you get faster or not. You learn faster when you have a mentor or you have somebody that's teaching, like what I do. So I teach how you can make money selling digital products online. So I have a starter kit available on my website that just basically teaches you how to run a business, how to create, sell digital products, marketing, email marketing. Like I literally teach you step by step. So if you need like guidance, I'm the person to come to, but it's a great help to find somebody that can actually teach you how you can make money rather than just going off and not investing the money and doing it all by yourself. So
yeah, because I feel like that's like the hardest part, not having somebody that you can go to, because it's like it's really so much stuff you can buy, but it's like what is the right things to buy or whatnot. But all right, so let's get into your clothing brand. Like I've seen you wearing it a lot, and I want you to like talk to me about it. Like what inspired you to go into clothes?
So what inspired me to get into Maniza, let me break down the name. So Maniza is actually a name from my family. It's a family name.
Okay.
That unfortunately my mom just didn't put it on my birth certificate. But so me having a business mindset, I decided to really curate a brand that empowers women to feel confident in the clothing that they're wearing. And that's why like a lot of my pieces are like skin type. So it complements your body. It makes, it makes you feel very feminine. So Maniza was just it was built on empowerment, women's empowerment, and
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, what was the question?
Oh, the question was just like, what inspired you to get into clothes?
Yeah, so what inspired me was, I don't know, honestly, so I started my very first online boutique in 2020, right? And that did really, really well. I was 17. I saw my first 10K month off one online boutique. So
Okay.
I wanted to bring that back, but actually have a brand that I felt really close and personal with.
Okay. All right. So let's get back, because you said that you got your first 10K. I want to get into like the first time you ever the first time you seen either one of your business doing profit. Like, how did that make you feel? Like, what was that day like for you?
Oh know. It felt amazing. Like, just actually going into my little Shopify account and I'm checking. Like, I'm like, okay, I see we hitting 8, 9, okay, 10. Like, that is so crazy. So, it felt amazing. Like, seeing the hard work pay off and seeing what one small investment has turned into like a whole business. At the time, I'm only 17 years old. Like, I know nothing. I had no guidance, nobody to teach me the way. Like, it felt amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, it is. That's like I'm heavy on that. Like I feel like a lot of like smaller businesses, like we're just literally just out here on our own. And it's like, I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. Like I feel like that just makes the story even better.
So my whole thing, so the reason I have a lot of businesses is because first of all, I'm multi-passionate, right? So, but all of my businesses teaching them how to boss their life up because I did it myself. I'm only 20 years old, but like I've learned so much. Talk about like a mindset because a lot of people struggle with just starting. And it's
Yeah.
all because of limiting beliefs that we grew up with. Like, oh, we don't have the money to do that.
Yeah.
Or, oh, we can't afford that. Like, things like that are limiting beliefs. And once you get out of that mindset, once you pick up a book and read, that is so important. People think that's like so like cliche.
Yeah.
But literally, I would not be where I'm at today in any of my businesses if it wasn't for me picking up a book and reading, like just exploring new ventures and not being afraid to fail. Like that's another thing that people they feel like failure is like such a bad thing, but the only way you're gonna grow is if you fail.
If you fail.
You have to go through what you go through. You have to grow through what you go through. You know what I mean? So
Nah, yeah. I definitely understand that. I feel like honestly, even as like not to make it a race thing, but as black people, I was listening to this song the other day and this lady she was saying, what was she it was like I can't remember exactly what she said, but she's on the long lines. It's like if you black, why are you scared to do something? We used to literally get beat. So why are we being scared anymore? But yeah, I feel like honestly, even for me, like the podcast, like just the first 15, probably like the first 15 days is always like, or the first 2 weeks is always like the hardest in any business. But like, because you do got a lot of businesses, what keeps you going to like, all right, I gotta maintain these 3 businesses every day. Like, what motivates you to keep 3 businesses going?
well, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like it's all good, you know. But for the most part, like just knowing that my mission and my goal is bigger than me. Like I'm just the start of it. Like I have so much time to. I'm not gonna say so much time because I do move with urgency now. But so I just know that in a few more years, like it's gonna be bigger than just me by myself operating 3 businesses. Like I will have companies. It won't even be small businesses no more. It'll be companies. So just getting up every single day, you know, talking to myself, praying, manifesting, and just showing up because that's what's really important. And a lot of people, they start businesses and then they go ghost on the business. Like,
Yeah.
you have to show up every single day if you want to see any kinds of success.
And not just showing up. You talked about praying. I feel like, can you just tell the people how important it is to pray and practice what you preach?
Yes, that is super important. You guys, like, can I tell a testimony real quick? Y'all, spring break. So, a little backstory. Me and my friends, we were talking about going to Mexico, right? And I just came back from Mexico, so this is like super, super funny. But me and my friends were talking about going to Mexico like last year. And as a college student, like you be putting it off until the time comes. And y'all, it was a week before spring break, and like I even went to church on Sunday. Every single day that week before spring break, I prayed and I talked to God. I said, God, I got the money in my account, but please give me an opportunity. Please give me the wisdom to make some more money. Like, if I'm being honest, to really guide me to make my spring break money without having to touch my business account.
Yeah.
Like, so that was my whole thing, and God came through. That's
Amen.
Listen, I had multiple opportunities come my way after just praying, talking to God. I wrote it down in my journal, manifested it, and it came to life. I didn't even have to touch my business account.
Right. That's a blessing.
Okay.
A blessing.
Yeah.
A blessing. So what is you talked about your purpose as well? Like what is your not even necessarily your end goal, but what is the main objective? Like what's the mission or what's the message that you want to get out?
The mission, the message I would like to get out. That's a good question because I have so many brands, and like depending what brand we talking about, I could take it either way. But as my personal brand, as Ashley, something I really encourage people to do is stop comparing yourself to like other people and just do what you truly dream you wish you were doing. Like a lot of people have amazing ideas, amazing dreams, and they don't go out and chase those dreams because of what the next person thinks about them, the next person's limiting beliefs that they put on them, and they feel like they can't go out and really do what they truly want to do. So I really recommend people to stop comparing yourself and stop listening to people that's not where you want to be at in life. Like seriously, like, and just go after every single thing full force. I'm telling you, and it'll come. I promise you. Like, just keep going, being consistent. That's something that a lot of people struggle with, and I struggled with before. Shehutlr.
Yeah.
Like consistency was my biggest thing, but just showing up every single day, things will definitely happen for you.
Yeah, consistency is the biggest thing. It's consistency and discipline. I feel like that's like the two biggest things, and they go hand in hand. But it's like I feel like once you get it, you got it. But it's very hard to obtain those two skills. But all right, so what obstacles did you have? Like all right, so starting off your business, what goals did you set, and what obstacles did you like? What obstacles came your way? Like what obstacles did you go through?
Everything in the book. When you're an entrepreneur, like you're gonna go through every single emotion before you even see success. So, some obstacles for my digital product business, it was really about relearning how to sell to people without selling to them. So, like that is super important. Being able to story tell and tell somebody about your product or your service without actually like saying buy my stuff. You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
so explain that to me. Like how would you do that?
Okay, so let's see. For example, say if I wanted to sell this microphone to you, right? Okay, so let me see. How can I structure this? I could go a few different ways, but so I see you have a problem, right? And the problem is that hypothetically your sound quality is not good. It's right, but I'm not ready for you to buy. So what I'm gonna do is tell you about how good this microphone works, the good qualities about the microphone, what you can do with the microphone. But I'm not gonna say buy this microphone.
Okay.
But it's kind of what that is. But I'm going to explain the microphone, how great it's standing, and how you can have a better quality storytelling and just telling them about the product without saying buy my product.
Okay, I never thought about that. I definitely never
The
thought
art
about
of
that.
sales. I'm still learning too, so it's like touch and go. But yeah, that's a gist.
Is there anything like within sales that like you never thought like this would be a part of sales? Like you never thought you would learn this with sales?
Storytelling. Like
Storytelling.
yeah, I didn't know like storytelling and writing. I didn't know how important it was to write or be able to write, communicate, and articulate what you are talking about. Like being able to communicate, like that is super important in business, in life, in general.
Yeah, now communication is
Yeah.
that's
Big.
like it's a big thing.
Yeah.
All right, so is there any like what's next for any of your businesses? Like what's the next big thing like you're ready for or you're planning for right now?
Mm, I don't know. I'm thinking about moving to Charlotte. Like moving and just moving the businesses to Charlotte because I know She Hustler. I already have like the business is established in Charlotte, like the address or whatever. But I think that's the next big thing to
Okay,
just
yeah, Charlotte is
establish. Yeah,
Charlotte. We've been growing. We've been definitely been growing.
yeah.
It's
And I've been in
getting
Winston for too long. Like it's time.
yeah. Where you originally? You originally from Winston?
Winston, yeah. So I moved here about 11, 11 years ago.
Dang,
Yeah, from New York, Yonkers.
dang.
I don't tell people Yonkers though, cause they were like,
I don't know what that is,
"You don't know
but
what Yonkers is?"
mm-mm.
Boo.
It was like where Buffalo.
Is it?
Manhattan, like up
Yeah, yeah, definitely past Manhattan. Next,
Like
to
Penn State?
New Rochelle, Rochester.
I heard of Rochester. I don't know what that's though. I only been in New. I've been there twice. I was in Brooklyn, Manhattan.
Where you from, Charlotte?
Yeah,
Okay.
well Detroit, but yeah, Charlotte.
Okay. Yeah.
But nah, yeah, Charlotte is definitely it's definitely growing. I definitely encourage moving to Charlotte, but it's just
No.
nah, it's getting crowded. It's getting real crowded in Charlotte, and it's like
I recommend you move to Charlotte, but like you gonna hate it after a while. Like people out there are crazy.
yeah, it's terrible out
I
there.
gotta think of another goal.
Nah, it's not. I feel like it depends. It depends on where. Yeah, I feel like don't go to the east side. Don't go to the east side or the west side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't go to the east, the west, the north, the south.
Nah, the north is,
Okay,
but the
is
north
cool.
is more like homey. It's not like more like. I don't know if that makes sense. It's more like family, like
Oh, okay.
yeah,
South side, that's where the money's at.
yeah. That's
West
like
side is like where everybody goes because of work and stuff, and the east side that's the trenches.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, Charlotte.
Outside the trenches. Noted.
Nah, yeah. Winston, not Winston. Charlotte is, yeah. Charlotte definitely. I think it's what like it's like the something like the top 20 mecca for ads or something like that. But yeah, Charlotte is amazing. Anything else? Like anything you want to say before we end it off?
No, but I would like to shout out my socials.
Okay, go ahead.
So if you guys, well, my name is Ashley Gote again. So if you want to follow my personal Instagram, it's Ashley Gote, GOTY_. And for my businesses, so She Hustler, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at She Hustler, spelled like SHEHUSTLR, no E.
Okay.
And Shopmaniza is my clothing soon, and Tipsy Drinks 22 if you're on campus. So
Okay. How was your the first job?
the first job, it was all right. I got a few sales, but I think this next job is gonna be bigger.
All right, what's gonna be different about if we could talk about it?
The next job?
Yeah.
I have a lot more pieces. I found a very good manufacturer that still gives that quality because I've had this sample, or it's not even sample. I've had this piece right here for about 2 years now, and it's still standing strong.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And all the washes after the gym, yeah. So the difference between last drop and this next job is I'm gonna be more engaged with my community, and I don't know that I think I have a lot to offer this next job.
Okay.
So just stay tuned.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I definitely be waiting on it to look at it and whatnot. But that's all we have for this episode of the City Kids Podcast. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share, and I'll catch y'all on the next episode.
That was dope. I like that.